All right. Hello. Hello.
Here we are, the first ever DryWaffle. Welcome.
Ooh, excited.
Come on in. Take your shoes off.
Can you believe we're here right now? I can't believe we've turned our lounge into a podcast studio.
I know.
All the gear.
It looks pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
It actually does look pretty good.
What a solid investment those lights are.
Yeah. Just as an FYI, I was like, we don't need lights.
And you need light. Lighting
you
is
were right.
everything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
here
we are. This is DryWaffle. Why is it called DryWaffle, Betty?
Because we love a good chinwag and we are both sober.
So the dry is for the sober.
The dry is.
And the waffle is for what you're about to listen to for the
foreseeable future.
Yes. I suppose a good way to kick it off would be to ask...
Who are you?
Okay, for some context, we're in a relationship.
We are.
And 6 months ago, we decided to go fully sober. We decided to do 1 year no beer.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along that journey, we've both said, do you know what? I've realised this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we've decided to go full hog, if that's a saying. Is that a saying?
Yeah.
Full hog.
Yeah.
Full hog. Full speed?
No.
Full steam.
I'm liking hog.
Whole hog, I think is the saying.
Yeah, well done.
And now I forgot what I was talking
We're all
about.
in, baby. We're all in for the sober life.
Right, so...
This is us.
So my question to you, Betty...
Yes, Bobby. What is your question?
Is what has your history been with alcohol? When did you feel like it was an issue and why did you decide to go sober? You don't have to answer it in that order. Just keep that context around your answer.
All right. So... just a bit about me.
Yes.
First. So I am from Oldham in Manchester.
Nice.
Yes, that's right. I am a northerner and very fucking proud.
Oh, you had to get the northern bit in.
I really wanted to.
You love saying that you're a northern girl.
I am, and I'm very proud. Very proud.
Good, I'm proud to be northern.
Yeah.
Just don't ram it in everyone's face.
Right. So, northern, yeah.
Right.
No, so my drinking journey started when I was 13, as most people did of our age generation, I feel. Like the binge drinking culture of our age. So I'm 34, you're 36. It feels like it was a rite of passage for anyone of our age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Good saying.
Thanks.
Rite of passage.
Yeah.
Where did you pull that one from? Thought I was meant to say that.
Sorry, I thought I stole it. Can you tell we're new to this? But yeah, like 13, in a park with a bottle of Lambrini, maybe a Wicked, I can't remember. And that very quickly became a weekend habit. And to be honest, I couldn't, until I became sober, remember many weekends that didn't involve drink after that day one.
Yeah.
At 13. So for me, drinking was all about the binge drinking, and my habit with alcohol never really changed. I was always a binge drinker. I always just went for it every weekend, Friday, Saturday. As I got a bit older, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. As I moved to London, even heavier, went into the week. Every weekend. It was just heavy.
So when you started drinking, obviously, you probably didn't see it as an issue. It was just what you did at that age. It was fun.
Yeah.
Even when you had a hangover, it was just like, oh my God, I'm so hungover. This is part of being a teenager. This is great.
Yeah, but even your hangovers when you're a teenager, they
not,
were just
not even bad. But
have a glass of water and crack on.
Do you remember when you started having a hangover and then thinking, wow, my drinking's bad, I need to stop drinking the way I drink?
Yeah, I think for me what it was, as I say, I realised that it was every single weekend. And it was really just starting to seep into the rest of my life. So I was really letting like friends and family down. The hangovers were turning into like being sick hangovers. I wasn't sleeping properly. It was starting to affect my work. Like I wasn't showing up for work, which has always been a big focus. And it was just really getting harder and harder each week to just kind of get through that hangover. And it just felt like it was getting too much for me.
Yeah. And so in terms of getting to the stage where you decided to give it a go, what sort of so obviously, like you say, you felt you weren't showing up, you felt do you feel that's something that's just come around recently, or do you think you felt like that for a while, but you probably struggled to step away from alcohol because you couldn't imagine not drinking?
Yeah, 100%. I think meeting you kind of shone almost a light on what I was doing. So obviously we met. Actually, our first date, we were both sober, and a lot of.
Well, I was active. I was actually. I was in a period of trying to go sober when we were
cutting right back down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were, and then you met me, and then we had a drink.
Yeah.
Good influence.
You dragged me back.
I dragged you back. No, but you shone a different light on drinking for me, because you were kind of already on this journey, or had been on this journey. You not made me, but you
forced you.
Yeah,
coerced.
You will be sober. No, well, you just made me look inward. You made me look at myself in a different way and see that there was another option. And I think from that, I started to do my research, started to listening to, other podcasts, read books, and just understand a bit more about what alcohol was doing to me. And obviously in feeling it myself, like in it getting harder to kind of kick the hangover, just got to the point where I was like, right, let's give this a go. So we started, didn't we, saying, right, 1 year, no beer.
Yeah. I think for me, it's always been a struggle to move away from it, even though I knew I had to. For in terms of my story, like yourself, I was 13 when I started drinking. I was very shy, very unconfident. I was dealing with a lot at home, like to do with like family issues, and just I used to get bullied quite a lot. So I was a bit of a troubled young lad, very sad. And alcohol just took that away. Or instantly, boom, I was like confident, outgoing. It gave me a social life.
Yeah.
It gave me a social life that I never had when I was younger. And I just needed it to socialise. So it served a purpose for me, definitely. I think if I didn't have drink when I was 13, I would have never had a social life. I would have never met friends. I would have never done half of the things I did, which were fun.
Yeah.
But it stopped serving a purpose very quickly. The problem was when I realised it had stopped serving a purpose. And when I say stop serving a purpose, when you get past your teens and you're in your adult life, you've got to hold a job down. If you're in a relationship, you've got to be a good partner. If you've got to show up for work and everything. But the fact that I was getting on the session, using alcohol and just having these weekend binges and then not being fit for the world on Monday to Friday, that was affecting my life then. But I carried on doing it because it was all I knew how to do. I couldn't imagine a life without having the drink and the sesh.
Yeah.
Like
it was like a crutch.
Yeah, it was like there's nothing fun, nothing good about the world. There's nothing good about so there's nothing fun. My weekends won't be good, my social life won't be good, my life will not be good if I'm not drinking. So even though I know this is destroying a lot of my mental health and my life during the week, I live for the weekends. And I did that up until a few years ago when I decided to start working on stopping. And it's been hard. Like I've tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed.
Yeah.
And this the last time I did anything of any length was 10 months ago, and that was 2 years ago, and then I started drinking again, thinking it'd be okay. And it took me till 6 months ago to get to the frame of mind where I'm like, I'm ready to stop again.
Yeah, and stop.
And I feel this time, I'm not just saying it, like, I feel this time I've done so much work on it.
Yeah.
That I'm in a really, really good place now. I stand a better chance than I ever have of stopping.
Yeah.
I know it's best for me. I know all this, and this is the reason why I wanted to start the podcast, and I know you have your reasons why, but the reason I wanted to start the podcast is to keep myself accountable. I want to learn as much as I can about not drinking and better coping mechanisms and the reasons why we do things, the reasons why I abused alcohol and better ways to deal with life in general. I want to improve. I want this to carry on. I want this to be I want this to be the catalyst of growth for me, stopping drinking.
Yeah.
So if we can get some really good guests on that can talk about all these things.
Yeah, their journeys.
If they've got
their experiences, their knowledge. Just like help us on our journey. Because I think for us, like, well, for me, my focus for this podcast is that I think a lot of people think you've got to be at your lowest in order to like choose not to drink. Like,
and obviously we can't talk from the point of what you consider someone who drinks every day because they're reliant on alcohol. Yeah. I definitely used to drink like an alcoholic. I like, you know, I couldn't stop once I started. I was like, I need to keep going until I just crashed. Until I couldn't afford to go anymore, or everything had run out. The sesh was over. The cold light of day was dawning upon us, and then the depression had kicked in, and then let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's try and get through this.
But I guess the point is that I think a lot of people think you were able to stop. Like, you weren't every day getting up drinking. No, and that's the point. Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people think.
I wasn't physically dependent on it every day.
Yeah.
But by the time it got to Friday, I really did feel like I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
And it was
just part of your week. It was part of your pattern.
Yeah. It was
my
patterns. It was my coping mechanism. I used to autopilot through life.
Yeah.
I'd just barely get up, barely get through the day, barely get home, sit at home, eat absolute junk and crap all night long. Till 2 a.m, have barely any sleep, get up, drag myself, repeat that until Friday. And then as soon as it got to Friday, it was like, yes, let's go.
That was your thing. If you knew you were going to get on it and have a drink, you would have a cigarette.
Definitely.
Straight away. Literally like the minute you finish work.
I could go a month without having a drink or anything and never think about having a cigarette.
Yeah.
Then as soon as I was like, it's time to go out for a drink tonight, it was like 20 deck. Yeah. And it was that was just a part of probably my addictive behaviour. Like, you know, I was able to suppress it. Yeah. And then when it came to weekend, whole hell just broke loose. Yeah. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. We'll get more into that in the upcoming episodes. Some horror stories.
all the juicy good stuff. For me, it was that, like, I want other people who are maybe considering sobriety or thinking about it, a bit curious, to know that you don't have to be near the end. You know, you don't have to have that, like, worst potential life-changing moment of destruction to go, actually, I just want to give not drinking a try. Like, and that for me is a big focus, is like helping people on that journey. As we say, we want to get some guests on the show to help us learn as well, to help us grow. And like, we're on this journey together. And yeah, hopefully it's gonna be fun, and people get something out of it. Like, I want to help people on their journeys. Yeah, whatever that may be.
I think if we're getting sort of guests on and we're talking about topics that are helping us stay on track, helping us keep it in the forefront of our mind about why we're doing this, then hopefully that will pass on to people listening, and everyone can benefit. I think it's important to have stuff like this. I know podcasts have massively helped me when I was making the move to stop drinking. When I used to sort of wake up and go, right, I'm not drinking now, first thing I'd do is get in the car, whack a podcast on and start getting inspired.
Yeah.
And listening to other people talk about that is good because you don't get it a lot. You know,
No.
it's not a common thing to talk about not drinking. You're almost seen as absolutely bonkers if you.
Have I got 3 heads?
Yeah.
Have I actually got 3 heads?
you're seen as like bonkers if you want to stop drinking. You know, it's like why are you stopping drinking? Is there something wrong? Did something go wrong? It's like, oh yeah, actually. Quite a lot for me, but you know.
But I think the thing for us with this is like we're not here to judge.
No,
we're not here to judge. We're not here to tell you that you shouldn't drink. Even this is like our life choice, and we're going to tell you about our journey.
Yeah,
we're going to bring some people on to hopefully talk about their journeys.
A lot of our friends still drink.
100%.
The point of this is, look, right. If you go out on a weekend and you enjoy yourself doing whatever you do, and then you get up on a Monday and you're like, I really enjoyed that, and you go to work and then you go and do it again, and you really enjoy it,
good for you.
Good for you. Like, tell me what it's like.
Yeah, please.
This is for people that wake up on a Monday and they go, I can't believe I've done that again after all the times that I've sat and said to myself, I'm not going to do this because I know it's destroying me and I know it's ruining things for myself. But yet, why have I just done it again?
Yeah. Why?
That is what we're here for.
We're here to support you.
So, no judgment.
No judgment at all.
This is just our perspective on knocking the booze on the head and what comes with that. And we will get into it all. I'm sure we've got some ideas and we've got some. I've run out of words. We're going to talk about obviously sobriety, but we're also going to talk about self-development, probably seeing as we're in a relationship that might come up. Yes.
Addiction, mental health, all the juicy good stuff.
When you say self-development, are you talking, because like my perception of the self-development from not drinking is you have to feel things now. Like you have to, like I've noticed over this time that I've stopped drinking, like I'm starting to notice the points where I would have turned to drink, like where I would have gone, don't like this, let's get drunk. Yeah. I'm bored, let's get drunk. It comes across as boredom, but there's something going on there.
Well, yeah, it's like for me, it was like, oh, you know, I feel fat today. Like, oh, I look like shit in this outfit. I'll have a drink, it'll be fine. Like it was a crutch. Those crutches, you have to start to battle that inner voice. And because you've not got anywhere to hide anymore. Alcohol for me was a place where you just hid. I hid away.
Superpower, best friend.
Best friend, yeah.
Right hand man, right hand woman.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our story about how we're just dealing with that.
Yeah.
And we've got it all to come. We are far from out of the mire.
Yeah, we're only like 6 months in.
We are 6 months in, so we know
we're
that
young.
we're not sitting here trying to say we've got the answers.
No.
We're looking for the answers.
Help us,
and we want to just document that. And hopefully when we find the answers, when we speak to people of interest, when we get people on the show, as we proceed to give you what you need, then
we're here.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Maybe we'll just sing.
In all seriousness, though, we're just here to have a bit of fun, try and get through sobriety, try and learn, try and grow, and
bring you along for the ride. Too much?
Too much.
Oh, well.
Too many voices.
It's always too
much. I'm joking. Do the voices. I like them.
Sorry. Do you?
We'll cut them.
Mm-hmm. All right, baby. I reckon that's a good first episode.
A good first episode.
I think we did all right for our first run.
We've introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
We've given people the option to say these two seem annoying, don't like them, definitely not listening. But if you did get through that and you don't think we're annoying,
subscribe,
follow, just come back, please come back.
And get in touch. Like, we want to hear your stories as well. Like, we want to hear your sober stories. If you've got any questions for us, please send them in.
If you've got any topics you'd like to discuss.
Yeah, that's a good shout. DryWaffle.com. Get in touch. Look at us with a website.
DryWaffle.com, get in touch. Or is there a way to email once they go to DryWaffle.com?
Yeah, they can just go on and fill the form in.
You're the brains behind that operation.
Yeah, or just DM us.
Yeah.
That'd be great too.
Follow us on socials, TikTok.
Socials, TikTok.
Yeah, what's the name?
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, what's the handle?
Oh, at DryWaffle Podcast.
At DryWaffle Podcast.
I think.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll wrap that up there. Maybe. Do you reckon? Unless you've got anything else to add?
You're going to say I'm Bobby.
Well, as you may know, because we said it in the beginning, but we'll end with it.
Yeah.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Betty.
And this is
is Dry
Dry
Waffle.
Waffle.
Bye.